Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Juliet Celeste. Hopefully your favorite first generation Haitian American young woman living in Florida, particularly down south. So this is a different video than I usually do. I'm just gonna show you guys what happens when I overspend. So long story short, October was a rough month for me. And what I used to do in the past compared to now, specifically during the past, I used to overeat. That's how I would gain weight and have certain health issues. And over the past 2 or 3 years, maybe even 5 years, I stopped doing that. But every now and then, what I've turned to instead is shopping. And your girl shopped too much. So I don't know if you watched my previous primary budget video. You may have noticed that I had a remaining balance left over of $685.54. Well, I gotta pay my bills, specifically my credit card bill. That's gonna be due soon, and I'm trying to pay it before the billing cycle closes. So I'm gonna show you what I overspent in, and I'm gonna create categories and break it down on the side. So first and foremost, Foot Locker I spent $107 at, and Adidas I spent $224.70. So $224.07 plus $107 equals $331.70 that I spent on clothes, y'all. Let me do categories. This is clothing. And 70 cents. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna check it off. Now, I joined the Pilates membership and it is unlimited in my area for $109 every month. And now you're saying, oh my God, that's a lot, but this hobby is keeping me sane, okay? I tried other hobbies that were free and they did not do it. Pilates, I enjoyed it. I did it a few years ago and I stopped because I couldn't afford it. But now, I low-key can afford it. I just have to start saving for it. This covers me for now, and then my next pay period, I'll be able to be on time with my payments. So for the first month is $109, and then I bought the socks because I lost all my socks that I had. So this is now considered my self-care, and I spent $123.98 on card. So let me mark that off. I bought an empanada and then I spent $8.57 on it. Plus I spent $43.25 on DoorDash. So that means for Eat Out, $51.82 was spent. So let me cross out empanada and DoorDash. So then I'm left with public storage. Like I told you guys in my previous video, I had to relocate my old storage that was in Orlando and move it back home. So that's further down south. The storage is $99.92. I spent $25 on one card, which is the Capital One. And then I spent on another card $20.07 and another $50 on gas. That's not on this list, but I spent this on my Apple card. And then the car rental that I got, which was a van, I spent $121.10 on. And please note, this is based off of my Capital One that I'm trying to pay back. And then I'm just adding my Apple card on the side. So Apple card, I owe $70.07 for gas for the rental. And then the storage components, which was, this is paying the storage up until December. And this was the gas for the rental. When I first got to Orlando, I paid $25, and this is to refill it back and give it back to Avis. And then this was the rental amount. So altogether, I spent $99.92 plus $25 plus $121.10. that leaves me at $246.02. So altogether, when I add the $246.02 plus the $51.82 for Eat Out, plus the $123.98 for self-care, plus the $331.70, that means I spent $753 in a span of 2 weeks. Disgusting. Mind you, I only had a leftover of $685.54 after putting aside money for my bills, my cash envelopes, and my sink funds, and my student loan debt. And this doesn't include the $70.07 that I owe on Apple Card for the gas, for the rental, for the storage fees and everything. So I need to unstuff certain envelopes and then use this remaining amount of $685.54 to pay off both Apple Card and Capital One. Okay, so let me pause this real quick and get my envelopes. So I have my binders and slash envelopes with me here. So the first thing I have to recognize is my clothing budget is non-existent. So out of the $685.54, excuse me, $331.70 will be allocated for clothing. Oh, and I forgot to mention my previous balance of $178.83 needs to be paid with this. So I need to then minus that $178.83 previous balance. So $685.54 minus $331.07 minus $178.83 leaves me with $175.01. So essentially the clothing is going to be paid off, previous balance is going to be paid off. Now I need to locate self-care, and I'm going to withdraw, let me zoom out a little. I'm going to withdraw $124 from it. Okay. So 100, 120, ooh, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 124 for self-care. Eat Out, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'm gonna put that on pause. Actually, no, let me tell you why I'm not gonna put it on pause. I'm gonna make a note to subtract 124 from this. Eat Out, so that DoorDash that was $43.25 was for my brother and I, and he ended up giving me his portion of the food that was eaten and money spent on. So he gave me 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. He gave me 19. So that means out of the $51.82 that I owe, I'm gonna subtract 19, and I owe for Eat Out I owe $32.82. Okay, I'm gonna put that on the side for now. I'm gonna zip this up. Let's see. Storage is in my bills binder. And for that, let's see. U-Haul. According to this, I have $173. Let's see. Ooh, sorry, y'all. Let's verify. 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, 160, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70. 1, 2, 3. Oh, the money. Ugh. So storage has $173. I'm gonna automatically put $70 towards Apple Card. So 173 minus $70.07 leaves me with $102.93. Okay. So I'm gonna pay that off. I'm gonna have 102. The 102, out of the 102, I'm gonna use $99 of it, $99.92 of it to pay off the new storage. So that's gonna leave me with $3.01. I then have to pay off the $25 that was used for the gas for the car rental, and then the $121.10 that was for the car rental. Sorry, y'all. I didn't realize that my phone died in mid writing down. So I had $121.10 for the car rental. So when I had the $3.01 left over, and I subtract $25 and I subtract the $121.10, I have a balance that I need to pay up $143.09, and that's for storage. Now let's see, I covered clothing, I covered self-care, that's going to be paid for, I covered Apple Card, and I covered storage. Well, the new storage, I need to cover the remaining amount from the eat out, which is $32.82, and then I need to cover the $25 for the car rental, gas, and the $121.10 for the actual car rental itself. So when I add the $143.09 and then the $32.82, I have $175.91 that I need to pay off. As you guys can see, I have $175.01. So that means I have 90 cents that's going to be left over on my account. So what I'll do is, this money is going to go into my account. This is cash. And I'm going to put it into my account. The $685.54 that I initially had is actually still in my account. I did not withdraw it, and I'm just going to allocate the money accordingly. So let me double check. This is the cash, the physical cash that I'm going to put into the account. So let me just double check. $685 was my leftover. These were the bills that I racked up, $107 and plus the $224.70, which is a total of $331.70 for clothing. And then for self-care, it was the $14.98 for the Pilates class, plus the $109, which brought me to $123.98 for self-care. Just crossing out as I go. The empanadas, which was $8.57, plus the $43.25, gave me a total of $51.82. However, my brother gave me his $19 of the $43.25. And when I add my $8.57 of the empanadas, I owe myself $32.82. The public storage is my new storage, which is $99.92. I paid the $25 gas when I got to Orlando, and then the car rental itself, or van, was $121.10. When I added all that up, that came up to $246.02. And then I had the Apple Card that I used on the side for gas to refill when I was returning it up. I used a total of $70.07. So when I realized that, I'm just summarizing, when I realized that I didn't have any money in my clothing envelope to pay off the $331.70 that I racked up, I just subtracted it from $685.54, and then I also needed to pay off my previous balance on the card, which was $178.83. So that left me with $175.01. Now, that 1 cent, that 1 cent. I'm just double checking my math. Now I went and I decided that the $32.82 was gonna be using this balance. Now I pulled $173 from my storage envelope. When I subtracted the Apple Card amount of $70.07, it left me with $102.93. And then I went and subtracted the new storage fee that would last up until December of $99.92. That left me with $3.01, but I still had to pay off the gas of $25 plus the car rental of $121.10. So when I subtracted $25 and $121.10 from the $3, I was left with a negative $143.09. And when I add that to $32.82, that leaves me with $175.91. And when I subtract $175 so $175 and the 1 cent, this is gonna be my remaining amount that I owe. So essentially, that extra hours that I worked at work helped. And I'm not doing this again. I can't do this again. I have to figure out another healthy, free alternative that when I'm stressed, I don't just swipe. But yeah, I hope this wasn't too confusing. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to comment it down below. As always, I thank you guys so much for commenting, and subscribing on this channel. The growth is amazing, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And as always, if you have any tips, tricks, and or suggestions that could generate more income that is less taxing on the mental and physical mind and body, you're more than welcome to comment it down below. And I will see you guys in my next few videos. Peace.